the folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns.
What's up? Ooh.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
That wasn't bad.
And this will not be returned.
Damn. Nah, you wouldn't be ducking me. Sure.
Coming up.
Yeah, he ain't gonna. Come on, man.
Earlier the year with the Browns
you know better than that.
Top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete
the
season sweep.
Ducking.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Yeah, I know he probably is on the game.
Throwing is Jackson. That's complete to John Ross. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
The Browns. Yeah. No.
Play action. It's Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5.
Yeah.
Second down. Defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long, there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And some space here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
Who ain't trying to
tackle? He gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He
might be in a game.
Dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. On the move to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Maybe some indecision there on what looked to be an RPO. He wound up keeping it, but that defense right on him to strip it away.
And typically when we see that type of indecision on an RPO, that means it's well defended. He had nowhere to go with it, and that allowed the defense to get to him and knock it free and make it a turnover.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 36, Hurts. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had to fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And here's Jackson on the option. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. They go play action now. Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man?
And it'll be intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap. They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Hurts. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true. But you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And complete right side to Cook. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Taylor will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, Chubb. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A good comeback there after the penalty. 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
The Browns hit 9-4 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Hurts. Caught left side, Hopkins.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On first down, Hurts.
Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Hurts fumbles it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Throwing is Hurts.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
He's got his tight end. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Defensively, they were all over that. When he decided to keep it, there were a lot of eyes just darted on him.
I wonder if he followed the progressions properly there. I think maybe he really wanted to run with the football. Turned out not to be the correct decision.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Out to his left. And Cook has it left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Big stop from a guy who can bring a big hit, Nick Bolton.
Sometimes it's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
sea of defenders have intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Jackson. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson.
He'll drop this down to Taylor.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Browns are going to get it back here just past the 35.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll throw now on the final play. And he wisely will throw that one away. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. A short kick taken at the 18. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. They go play action with Hurts. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Sup, kid?
Brian Burns. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns. Lutt's good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Jackson now. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Deron Payne in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Here's Hurts to throw. He's going deep for Brown. It got his man complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. Jalen Hurts, not a terribly big fella at 6'1", but his arms got plenty of life to it. And that was a thing of beauty there.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Marquise Brown, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second down, another run with Taylor. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. They go play action with Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Aaron Donald able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down.
That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. And he is going to have a Ravens 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
4th down. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they've converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. And again, it's Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
76 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Since this year he is, since they got Russell.
Come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just